Okay, my friend Rob uh, told me about a game called Shut the Box. And I looked up online, saw a couple of different boards, decided to take some of this oak of, this is quarter sawn, um, white oak that has been aged, so it's dark. So I'm gonna take this piece, I think it's about 3 feet tall, and I am going to start with this. See how much of it I can get. Okay, so doing a little inventory. I guess that piece I'm just going to be able to make some tiles with where I put the numbers. So, I mean, it's good looking wood. So I pulled out this other piece of oak that's about a 4-footer. Like 4 by 8, and I'm gonna cut that up, see if I can go ahead and make the box. Alright, so I just finished cutting some pieces up here. Those are the pieces of quarter sawn that I wanted to make the tiles out of, and then here are the pieces that I'm gonna mill a little bit more. I'm gonna mill them all, but I'm gonna make the box out of these. And let's see what we come up with. Okay, so I got these, I got a couple pieces over there on the truck left, but I got these pieces cut, milled. I got them surfaced and edged. They are gluable. And I'm going to glue these together and make the top and the bottom of the box. That's my goal with these. And then these two will make the sides. I still have to cut those two down and make the miters on the corner. And then I got these, and obviously got a lot of these, but I'm going to make the tiles out of these. And we're on my way. Okay, so cool. Okay, and there you have it. Top and the bottom are glued. Looking pretty straight. Just wait for that to set up. Probably tomorrow. And now I'm gonna start working on the tiles. I routed the edges, so let me see if I can get a better shot of it. You can see that the edge has been rounded. I did that with a router. Okay. Next. Okay, so I got my numbers. I went and bought some numbers from a craft store, wooden numbers. Got them glued to my tiles. I got my little washers, my spacers in. Now I'm going to cut this to length. Cool. Okay, so I got it all just put together. I don't have anything glued yet. Still, moving around, but just dry fit everything. Here's the lid I'm going to put on. I don't know. I put some, inlaid some walnut there, and that's gonna go in that slot, nice and tight like that. I gotta cut these pieces off. I'm gonna router the edges, and then I am going to glue it all together, and then that will be, I have this piece of, oh boy. Well, anyway, that fits pretty tight. This piece of felt is going to go inside where the dice are thrown And boop, 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 get off of there. Okay, there we go. And then we'll be, I'm gonna actually oil it. I'm gonna oil it and wax it because I think it brings out the color better than lacquer or any type of glossy finish. So, coming to you. Okay, got everything fitted. Got my edges on, so they look kind of cool. Gonna do a little sanding, get some of these burn marks off before I go ahead and glue it, but everything looks like it fits pretty good. Got a couple of little, oh no, this is not, huh? Got cracks there that I'll fill later. And everything's looking nice and tight. My inlay looks good. Exciting. All right, so everything fit. Ready to glue it up. Got everything sitting there in order so that I can get it done. This was quite a project. It was fun. Amazingly enough, this is all hickory. I picked up a couple of blocks of wood that I thought were oak, but as soon as I cut them to them, which was yesterday, cut into one, turned out to be hickory, which very cool. Very hard, very cool though. The innards, the tiles with the numbers on them. This is all quarter sawn oak, and the rails and the stop, but the box itself is hickory, and it's freaking awesome. Inlay is walnut. Okay, here we go. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, the gluing is done. The gluing is done. I also went ahead and filled some of the cracks that I wanted to fill. Left the wormholes that I wanted to leave, especially this one on the side, gives it a lot of character. Especially because of this color, where the worm crawled through, the wood started to rot, and that's what gives it that dark color right there. Inlay came out really nice. So what is left? Okay, so I have to put dowels in the corners, obviously, so that the box stays together for a few more years. Gonna put 2 and 1 probably in each corner, so 3 dowels in each corner. I'm also gonna pre-drill for dowels in the lid because I'm cutting the lid off. I'm gonna be cutting it right about here all the way around. I don't want to use hinges for the lid. I'd rather use dowels to place it because it's hickory and it's very, very heavy wood, especially for the size of a lid. Figured if I put hinges on it and you open it up, the box is going to want to tip over. So it's best to take it off. So I thought I would just use dowels so there would be a good placement. And then also you could use the lid as a base. So you take it off, you put the box on top, and you could use it as a base for the game. So as I said, I got to sand it, dowel it, and then finish it. Of course, I got to put the felt in as well. I think that blue is going to be nice. I think that blue is really going to liven up the inside of it. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know what I'm going to do as far as the finish. I was initially thinking to go ahead and oil it and then wax it. But the more I think about it, I don't know, I might want to put a little gloss on it. So I might put some spray lacquer, depending on how it goes. I have some scrap in the garage that I'm going to do some experimenting with. I'm going to see how the lacquer looks compared to the oil and wax. Obviously, I can throw wax onto the lacquer, but it would give it more of a sheen than the oil was. The wax is basically a protectant when I use it with oil. Kind of holds the oil in and protects it a little bit. Not much of a sheen, but it's looking good. Gonna be finishing it up tomorrow. Really looking forward to handing this off to my buddy Rob, who told me about the game, and I just thought I'd make him a box, shut the box game for letting me stay at his house for a couple of weeks, which is really cool when I go to California, which is in a couple of weeks, well, a week and a half. That looks good. That looks good. I like the way this edge came out. You know, I mean, it just looks really cool. I like that. Double OG is what it is. Okay, so this is probably just going video crazy, but I just wanted to show the dowels that are in the corners. And I'm going to be cutting the lid off right underneath this first dowel, right there. And I sanded everything up, and then we have the pre-drilled holes here in the top. I put them in two sides. Relatively the same, but you'll be able to. But I pre-drilled them so that after I cut the top, that's when I put the dowels in. And then when you put the top on, the dowel will be sticking down into the thing, and that's how that works. Okay, but it looks freaking awesome after all the sanding was done and everything. I glued those dowels in, waiting for that to set up for an hour or so, I guess. Then I'll cut those off, sand those down, and cut the top off. Figure out what I'm going to do with her finish. Ta-da! Looking good. Looking real good. Okay, I've successfully cut the top from the box. Spaced the lid off of this granite that's flat so that the dowels stick down evenly. As soon as the glue dries, and those dowels, I'll cut them off the top and sand them. Looks like the tiles swing freely, which is good. They move around freely. Bam, bam. Nice. So at this point, I am going to figure out what type of a finish I'll be using, and then throw the felt in, and this project is complete. Okay, well, I decided to go with the mineral oil, and as you can see, it just really made this color pop. I'm still working on some more. I'm going to do the rest of it, but I mean, that just looks gorgeous. After it dries out, it's not going to be as shiny, but not going to be shiny at all, actually. But look at that color of the hickory and the walnut contrasting. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll just go ahead and do the side here. Just look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this oil up. You know, one thing about putting on oil rather than lacquer, it's something that you can always reapply without too much hassle if it ever, dull, This isn't going to be like a cutting board where you have to be washing it and stuff, so, not going to have to reapply it too much, but if you ever do lacquer, you have to make sure it's dust free and sanded. This is just brings out the color. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up. Okay, peoples, I finished Shut the Box. Finished the game. Came out looking good. The inlay looks great. The hickory looks awesome. Very, very clean, very got a lot of character in it. I like that. Just came out really nice. So the inside, of course, like I said, I was going to use the top as the base. So you put that there, and then you just put the game on top. Keep it out of the way. The blue pops. I think the blue looks great. The blue felt. Ta-da! I don't have any dice. I'm going to have to get some dice to go along with the game, obviously. But I like it. Looks great. I like several things I like about it. I like the beauty of the hickory and the contrast of the quarter sawn oak that I put in there. I like the overall size of it. You know, plenty of room to throw the dice. Some things that I've learned from building this is, originally I thought the piece of wood that I was going to use was oak. Well, it turned out to be hickory. And they call hickory ironwood for a reason. Very hard, very dense wood, and just heavy. So I wouldn't use hickory to make this. It's just very difficult. It dulls my blades, my knives on my machines. Also, I would do the box first, and then after the box was done, then I would do the inside. And that's one thing that I would change as far as the steps taking to make the game. But all in all, love it. Again, this is for my friend Rob Kaplan. I'll be staying with him for a couple of weeks when I get out to California. And just as a token of my appreciation, I made this box. He mentioned the game to me, and when I was talking with him the other day, and I looked it up and decided to make him one. So this is my variation of it. Came out just, well, really stunning, just beautiful. Beautiful. So there you have it. Shut the box. Peace.